Down he goes. Again, not the greatest hero to be able to escape. But rotation over to the mid lane. Matthew's here too. They don't have the vision though. Faker will show up. They'll try to tempt them into it. And there's going to be the gush. There's no Ravage. There's the glimpse back from Michael. Sorry, from Matthew. They do a lot of damage though. They'll be able to take down the Disruptor. The roll-in coming through here from Michael. They were hoping that maybe they could gank Leo style, but it doesn't look like it's in the cards for Infamous. Not right now. Oh, the hook shot though coming in from Frank. The pushback into the duel. He can't survive this. He doesn't have anyone to help him. Easy duel damage for Leo style. Very nicely done by Frank.
Yeah, it was really well executed. Obviously, the glimpse was massive there. Getting tied out of the fight was excellent. He didn't quite have enough mana for all the spells that he wanted to cast. But either way, getting him out of the engagement is a good way to stabilize here. Venno continues to try to catch up on the top lane. I'm a little bit worried about his ability to be effective, but most importantly, what he's going to do is delay and prevent the top safe lane from dying in most cases. But they have so much mobility that it might still be the case. All they need to do is do Rolling Boulder on top of Venno, and because he's under leveled and a 5-position support, he's going to struggle for sure with staying alive. But hey, slow down the push. That's going to limit their map control, and it'll make things a bit easier for him.
You say slow down the push, but I see 4 heroes from Infamous making their way to the top part of the jungle.
It's true. But they're all being zoned by Plague Wards.
That is
got all the wards set up, making the diving hard. I mean, at minimum, when you dive, you're getting slowed more. Here they go.
Rolling. Going right past those wards. They're out of stone. They see MJZ over there. There's a bounty set over from Zen. But 3 heroes here should be able to cut down the Hydralisk and put some pressure on this tower.
It is just so easy for Earth Spirit to feel valuable in these moments. Like, oh, you're zoning the tower, that's fine. I'm just going to roll so far in that you can't stop me.
I mean, I have to say, no problem. The position for that we've seen in this tournament playing the Earth Spirit have been so incredibly valuable. We've seen so many saves from duels. Once they pick up that Aghanim Scepter, we've seen a lot of really just fantastic plays. But the zip immediately, look at that. Not gonna get your hands on Faker. Not here, not now. Pepito, though, has made his way over, immediately gets glimpsed away by Matthew. A little bit of a feels bad. TPs are coming out. They might cancel this. I don't know if the Enchantress she's still coming in. All right, let's just see some dual damage. Cool. And comes the rest of the team. Oh, the rolling goes right over into the Static Storm. He's not going to be able to do anything. Faker gets taken out, and they'll follow up with a kill on Michael. There is just nothing that they can do there. That's a disaster for Infamous, and some real fast button clicking coming out from the side of Thunder Predator.
It's pretty amazing they're able to catch the Ember Spirit with that ultimate. And now Clink's almost level 10. His Midas has been finished. He's got treads on the way too. He's doing great.
Leo style just charging over at Pepita. As the storm's completed though now. A little bit of a lead going to the side of Thunder Predator. MNZ. Oh, yeah, look at this. It's a disaster. I understand Enchantress is like, I'm TPing in, but right into the hands of Leo style. Faker can't get there fast enough. There's the Remnant. Look how fast. Look at this. They just drop the Static Storm. Immediately they take him down. They clean up his brother. And Picasso can't do anything there.
That was great. I mean, it's a little bit telegraphed with the Fire Remnant, but very crucially what he knows is that he is the guy that they're going to be targeting right at the start to try to kill him. So as long as he does a great job and stays alive, here's some more food for the Clinks. Sending the delivery system out.
The
and
snack,
we'll see if he can
the
get kills.
lunchbox.
And there he goes. But again, crucially, still only level 1 ulti. He's getting 40% damage bonus from that health. He'll get 70 when he hits 12. So Thunder Predator still does have a good opportunity. They've got a 2k advantage as well. So if they can keep pressuring the Clinks here.
There's the hook shot, and we talk about that pressure. It is definitely on. Michael, though, trying to just help out whatever he can, but it's too much damage with the Static Storm, and he just gets held in place. There's the Blade Mail coming through again here from Leo Stella, who gets some more damage. And the glimpse back. Matthew's just kiting them left and right. But you know what? Faker's here. And Faker says, you know what? We're going to be able to grab that kill. Frank taking too much damage now, stuck in the cogs. There's going to be the Ravage follow-up. Be able to go. They take down Frank. Leo style having to fight through it. MNZ's here, though. We'll throw out the Storm Hammer, but they decide they don't want to fight into this. Does he just go? Did he just dig up a rune there?
He just dug.
Excuse MNZ. Kotaro.
Oh, dude.
Dios mío.
That was like tops a 2 p.m. GPM increase that he just gambled with his life on. It was like, well, it's not worth using my ulti and fighting the tide, but I can stop and dig. Either way, wonderful fight for Thunder Predator, and now Infamous getting a kill back here. It's gonna do some damage, but
the rest of the team's here though.
very little.
Leo wants to go in. Does he have the duel? Yeah, he's got the duel. He's got the blade mail, and it's all easy for Leo style. Michael, now the hook shot comes in. You're not rolling anywhere, my friend. That's a double kill. Peter, you're tanky, my friend, but I don't know if you want to go toe-to-toe with Leo style here. Oh, Frank. Trying to grab him up, uses the battery assault ultimate place with the cogs, and he doesn't need any help. He's got this.
A little advice. Stay dead.
Their map control is so good right now. They've done a great job pressuring Clinks. I can't believe he got that duel off on the bot with the blade mill. But man, that's such a good counter at this position of the game. And it's actually like one of the, like, it's difficult to do this, but if you can disjoint their capability to like do the farming of sending the creep towards Clinks, then it's going to be a big advantage for you. And also, Enchantress isn't even level 7 yet. So I think that adjusts the HP of a creep, if I'm not mistaken. Can you hover over the icon really quick for enchant? Yeah, the next health bonus actually goes up by another 400 if he gets level 7. So here's another thing that's holding Clinks back that they've been able to tempo.
So you got to get out of there. Leo style is chasing after you. Rocket Slayer will discover that there's multiple heroes there, though, so it looks like they'll be able to take down the Centaur. Faker gives out a little bit of a slide over on the back end. It's going to be the slice of kick out from Michael as he's going to be able to roll away. Glimpse back, though. You're going right back here into the loving arms here of Leo style. In fact, it's going to be Pepita who falls. There goes the big parts of their team fight that they had possessed.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
5k advantage now for Thunder Predator. It's so good. Sven's net worth is massive. Clinks is not even close to the same net worth at the moment. And here's one of the issues with the Clinks lineup. If the pressure is too heavy and you keep getting killed, it's a little bit too hard to fight back against it, even with the high HP. But again, he's been delayed from level 12. That's a crucial thing.
But the push out? Glimpse right back in again. Oh my goodness. Matthew is just hitting those buttons like a pro.
Yeah. All right, they're trying to force the fight now. Does he have his ultimate? He's got level 12 now. This is the big one. Be a huge fight if they get a good grab.
Gets the ultimate off. They're fighting at a choke point. They have to be careful. Hookshot doesn't connect over here. They'll follow up with the Ravage. There's going to be the buyback coming out from Ember Spirit. The gun, they'll take out the... Oh, there it is. There's the duel. Are they going to be able to finish it off, though? Very, very close. Yes, at the last second. Leo's down. He's godlike. But Pica's sitting up on the high ground. He's able to dish out so much damage. Needs to be careful, though. That blade mail does so much. Leo style fighting here with Faker and Pepita. Oh, the slight comes out, and Picasso, he's got an ultra kill, but they're all stunned up. They'll turn around. Matthew gets murdered as he just bought back, trying to be a part of this fight. Can they get their hands on MNZ? The drums get popped. Faker, he's biding his time. He's waiting, trying to find this opening. Wants to get those steering chains down over onto MNZ, and he's breaking the ankles. They're juking around. Another drum charge gets used. They slide him up. Turns back around, gets the stun up. Pepita's here. Picasso, they've got the damage. They'll finally be able to take down MNZ.
Still looking very strong in the old Clinks combo, and it's just going to get better now. He's got Deso on the way. So crucially what happened there was that the Disruptor got a bit separated in the fight, and that made it a little bit easier for Infamous to win that engagement. The Ravage really helping to make sure that Clinks has a couple good moments. And with the Ravage, Clinks gets his first kill on the Disruptor, and then he's able to sit at the back of his team and clean up the rest of the fight as well. So here they go, trying to take Roshan. We'll see if they can contest it.
Down for another 16 seconds or so, but he will have God Strength when he comes back up. It looks like it's just a little bit too risky. Got the Invis Rune over here on Leo style. He has a Blink Dagger. We just got the Blink Dagger picked up on Tide, so Leo style will have seen that. Casual rocket thrown into the pit. Wants to make sure that Infamous is not in there. Leo style goes in for the duel. This is an easy pickoff on Michael. The rest of the team chasing after Excel just gonna get delivered right back into the hands of MNZ. Easy peasy.
Oh man, who needs Clinks ulti when you could just get 13 duels and have equal damage, right? What's the point? What's the point of picking Clinks, guys? The mid Legion made a nice a little bit of a streak in this tournament toward the start of it. Then it started phasing out a little bit. Teams stopped relying on it, but it's again looking good here. Its capabilities of setting tempo and pressuring weaker carries is pretty effective if you get in the right place at the right time. It's very difficult to do this against some of the best teams in the world, but so far it's working for Thunder Predator with their 8K lineup.
Oh, again! Oh my God, Matthew God.
Can't even get a duel because they've been dueling too often. It was on cooldown, but that was an insane grab. It takes some courage to drop the static storm like that against a Ember Spirit, but he gets them, and another big kill for Thunder Predator.
In. And they'll just chip away slowly but surely on Leo's style. They'll get themselves a kill. You know, it's funny because, you know, Disruptor, I think, is more of a Wu hero than a Matthew hero. So I don't know, maybe he's been taking some master classes with him or what, but he is so fast on the way that they drop that ultimate. It's been really cool.
Vampire Fang's pretty good drop for all these physical right clickers too. Get a little Veno kill. Nothing too weird there. No Vlad's actually for Tidehunter. That's a little bit of a difference in the item builds for Infamous's lineup here. Went Drum over Vlad's. Vlad's pretty nice to help keep Clinks alive, but he's got so much HP, maybe it doesn't matter too much. Disruptor running
for
away.
A pick there.
It was close. Queuing up the BKB next, the next item that Clinks will need to do scary things. But I think the big difference maker in this game versus the last that we saw, Sven is way more farmed than the Sven was in comparison in the last Clinks Enchantress game. So Sven definitely has the potential to out DPS Clinks. There's no doubt about that, I think. But I don't know if he's going to be able to fight him 1v1. Clinks is going to be way more mobile. He's going to have Invis on like a 7-second cooldown. So good luck on that. Frank farming quite well too. Ultimate Orb picked up for him, so he's almost got Solar Crest. So with Solar Crest on Sven can absolutely take it to Clinks, especially if he has lifesteal, and he does. So this is a tense moment here for Infamous. They still have really good advantage in these team fights, but they're getting out farmed, number one. Number two, Clinks is still moderately behind where Sven is in net worth. So as long as Thunder Predator doesn't basically take bad fights, they continue farming, and they go about even engagements, it feels like they're just going to outfarm in this game.
They need to find some sort of a pick off. And in fact, that seems to be the same feeling on the side of Infamous. They're gonna hunt out. It's gonna be a Sven though. They roll forward and they get the split fight. So there's the Ravage on the back lines. They'll be able to go and just absolutely blow up Leo style first. Now they're gonna try to go and kite the Sven. Although this Enchantress has some damage over onto Matthew, but needs to be very careful to roll in. They drop the Static Storm. And they're just gonna be able to slice through this Earth Spirit. Nice cogs getting dropped here. I'll be able to buy some more time. Faker duking around, wants to just try to slide his way through. Kaz finds the kill though over onto MJZ, and they'll hold the clockwork in place. The rest of the team though struggling to catch up. It's gonna be the slow coming out from Michael. They've got their eyes over here onto Frank. Throws out the cogs, they just roll right past them, no problem. They'll hold them into place. They get the kill on Matthew while all this is going down. MNZ just slicing away over at Pakaz. Pakaz has to run away. They do have the sentry down. They could have gone right back in. He's gonna go use that. Jumping right back in. The roll comes out from Michael. That's the Aegis down. Kaz just used that Midas for maximum efficiency. Right back up again. There's the Stormhammer. They were trying to body block him, but the roll comes out again from Michael. Goes a little bit too far past the tower. The kick right back again. EKB forced out over on MNZ. Michael trying to roll away. He doesn't want this. Leo style though goes in for the duel, and that's going to be more duel damage.
So after all of this, the net worth is still the same, which looks a little bit iffy for Infamous. Is the problem that they keep encountering here is that they're getting some good fights and they're doing some good stuff, but they're gaining basically just as much on the Thunder Predator side. Sven ending up staying alive there. They lose Aegis, of course. Almost Halberd now on the Legion Commander, so they're going to start having Clink solutions. But you saw how dangerous Legion seemed to Infamous there. They blew Ravage on the Legion Commander because they know he's the most likely hero to lock down and kill Clinks. So that was like a semi-ideal fight for Infamous, and they're still having trouble staying together in net worth.
Frank smoke breaks. Hook shot doesn't connect. Oh, the glimpse back again. Oh my goodness, this is looking not so good. Yep, that's another dead Faker.
Cogs almost pushed him outside of the Static Storm, actually. It would have been crazy if he gets out from that one, but he'll get harassed.
Did you see how fast they popped the the spirits, the sprites, when they saw Leo's Tao, just like, oh no, he's coming, quick. Hit all your buttons just in case he initiates.
It's terrifying.
I've been
right?
there. I've been there. It's terrifying.
150 damage, Legion Commander with Blade Mail and almost Halberd. Yeah, he's healing for tons. Very likely going to stay alive in all these circumstances. Klinks finds an Imp Claw, pretty good pickup. A little bonus damage, some chance to crit. He's probably going to stick with the Vampire Fangs, though. No, he's not. He's going to be a little bit crazy. I guess he's got so much HP with BKB now, it's probably fine. And he's level 18, so now he gets an extra 30% damage from the creeps that he eats. So this is basically like Klink's endgame with net worth. They're still behind in net worth. He still has an impressive amount of damage, but it kind of looks like Thunder Predator's going to be able to deal with him, especially with the Solar Crest going on Sven. Sven can definitely fight Klinks.
This guy still has that Invis rune. He's hunting, for sure. Might be able to run into someone over here, but they do have a sentry ward, so they need to be careful. There's a smoke up over. Rocket flare get thrown out. It's quiet. Too quiet. Rolling forward, coming out from Michael. Just barely misses. Still looking for the hunt, though. We'll go up to the high ground, doing some scouting. Leo's still hiding over in the Roche pit. Pepita jumping forward. And there it is. There's the duel. There's not going to be a Ravage followed up with the Static Storm. No chance for him at all as the BKB comes out. Whoa, they just slice through Excel. Oh my god, Paka's trying to man fight MNC. We'll be able to do it though. And now they'll turn their attention over to the Legion Commander. She's stunned up. She's trying to just fight through. BKB getting popped over onto Pakaz. He's gonna have to kite Leos down. Just gonna be able to take down Michael, but they'll lose Matthew. Glimpse back over onto Pakaz. He's ticking down. They have the dust. Frankie goes in, and he's just not quite able to do it. This Blade Mail doing so much he can't hit. And with the last hit, Leo Style will be able to go find the kill, but they'll turn it right back around again. They'll get the kill on MJZ.
Guys, this combo is broken. It's still broken. They did a great job on Thunder Predator side to keep them behind, but the amount of effort that it took to kill Klinks theirs was broken. It was kind of crazy. Sven got out DPS. His obviously killing some guy takes the balance of you have to have more HP than them and you have to have more damage than them or something like that, right? But Sven lost the combat. Warcry was about down at this point when he did end up fighting him to death. That's part of the reason here, but look at this. It looks like Klinks is the Sven and Sven is not Sven.
I believe that's Axe is not Axe, but
just incredible damage.
It was very impressive. Even had the buybacks coming out from Tantris, but I swear, Pakaz looked like he was dead any moment. I thought Frank was gonna for sure be able to get this kill. The Blade Mail. But it just ends up with everyone dead on the side of Thunder Predator. So today's match of the day is brought to you by the word broken, right, Purge?
Yes, it is. This combo is pretty sick, I gotta say. I think Thunder Predator has been playing very good against it. I'm not saying that they're not gonna win, but watching these fights, something looks wrong. It just looks wrong. His value is incredibly high. I don't think it was necessarily a bad idea to go for killing the Tide, frankly. Obviously, it was a bit of a waste to use both Static Storm and Duel, but Static Storm prepped for the Duel, and taking Tide out of the fight is also relatively important, because Ravage could potentially stop the fight in a bad way. Anchor Smash is also going to really limit their damage. I really do wish Tide had Vlad's, though. I think if he has Vlad's, Klinks can fight to the... Well, Tide was dead right away, I guess, in that case. But ideally, with Klinks has a little bit more lifesteal, he can easily crush through these guys, even though the raw damage it provides is not super high. He didn't get the deny. The deny.
He got it. It's Matthew. Matthew's still good at pushing his buttons. Come on now. Even on 200 ping or whatever he's playing on, he's got this. I do like, we finally get that defensive item out from the Ember Spirit too. He's got a Yule, so the next time he gets immediately murked here, he is gonna be able to survive a little bit longer. $11K net worth lead for Thunder Predator. Roll in, they found themselves some prey. And Excel with the final hit here for the KS.
Craigie Co picked up. That's a really good item in this game, actually. Throw that on Tide or somebody else that just wants an overwhelming net worth or a survivability advantage. Like against the Legion and the Sven, Craigie Co's incredibly good. It's good on both sides, but... God, you
Tide
just
looking like
creeps
an
here.
Eldritch Horror too when you've got the spider legs on him. A lot of tentacles
True.
and legs going on there.
Definitely a little creepy for sure.
Very
Ember doing a
intimidating.
decent job of casting spells so far, but Thunder Predator has basically had his number all game. They're doing a great job keeping him locked down. He definitely doesn't feel like the big threat. It's basically all clinks, is what it feels like. There's obviously some good utility on the rest of the Infamous lineup, but they're able to keep their net worth in a pretty good spot at this point.
Always a
You
nice
excited
treat
about
to pick up.
those new items? I don't know if they make a big difference.
It was more the double damage. I figured because
Oh,
Picasso's
I
doing so
missed
much
that.
damage as it is. Oh, hey, Leo Style. Immediately, Leo Style says, yeah, nope. Absolutely not. Want nothing to do with this. Goodbye.
This is actually probably one of the worst DDs we've seen. It gives him only 90 damage. Here comes a fight, though.
Oh, MNZ, though. We're going to try to hold him into place. Look at that damage coming out from him in the follow-up. But they go in for the duel, and there's too much damage just coming out over here. I think they're going to be able to take down Picasso. Yes, he will fall. Gets the Venom ultimate off, and man, MNZ's just slaughtering everyone.
God.
It's a team wipe, a triple kill for MNZ.
Worst case scenario for Infamous there. They try to go on Sven. He just kills the guy that goes on him. And then very crucially, Ravage comes out, BKBs are already active. And the duel already came out. So they got everything they wanted. No Ravage, no Earth Spirit to mess things around. They got all of their core heroes on top of the Clinks. What a great fight. And everything else just falls afterwards. Once Tide uses Ravage, he's useless this fight with these items. He doesn't really do that much. And now, 5 for nothing. This is Rax.
Yeah, I was thinking like, oh wow, you know, a double damage, it's looking really, really nice to pick up, and then Leo Style turns it against him so well with being able to blink in. Like you said, those BKBs. And the positioning though, you have to realize that Thunder Predator, during that engagement, they were just sitting up over on the high ground. They figured that, you know, someone was gonna try coming after MNZ, and they were all just waiting in position. Just beautifully done positioning. Math, beautiful. Link back here over onto Michael, says you stay in your base, that's where you belong, thank you.
Yep. And that's one of the cool things about what Thunder Predator can do this game, is that and one of the weaknesses of the Infamous lineup, it has tons of raw damage, and Tide Ravage is excellent for facilitating Clinks doing Clinks things and just right-clicking, getting a couple kills. But they do not have good chain stun. If they are trying to initiate like that against a Sven, they have a 1-second stun from Rolling Boulder. They would have had to Ravage follow that up for it to be even close to good. And that's too resource intensive for them to gamble on right now at this stage of the game.
The Roche is up, Purge. This is going to be our next big battle. Most start opening, looking over at Picasso. Leo Style was hoping to go duel. Back off, though. Remnant 4 coming out from Faker. MNZ taking some damage. Leo Style, though, turns around. He's got his own BKB. He's going to chase after Michael, going for the duel. Gets pulled back over here on the side. Are they going to be able to fight? Yeah, they'll get the kill over on the Disruptor. They'll kill Michael. Buyback coming out, though, immediately. Matthew wants to be a part of this. They realize that this rush is very, very important, but
everyone, in case that fight looked weird to you guys, it's basically like Thunder Predator wasn't quite ready to fight, but they didn't want to fully uncommit, so they had to play a little bit careful. Paladin Sword, great item for the Clinks here. Does so much damage. He's going to get a lot of heal back, and it'll help offset dying to heroes like Legion, Blade Mail a little bit. He's queuing up his own AC, which he's trying to finish. He's queuing up a Satanic afterwards. He needs Satanic really bad, actually. That way, if he does get Blade Mail dueled, he's going to be able to at least cast Satanic first and offset that reflected damage. But tough for Thunder Predator to fight at this point now, too, because Sven ulti is on cooldown. The BKBs are on cooldown. Both teams are just buying a little bit of time, looking for the right initiation.
they have Michael back up now, so it feels like they want to try to get a pick off. Pepita dodging that one little Venom ward over on the side. Roll in. Oh, Arcane gets picked up though by MNZ.
All looking for grabs. If they can find the right initiation, could be the end of the game. 21k gold advantage for Thunder Predator is huge here, but they still have to be pretty careful considering what they're worried about. Cannot let themselves get caught. Clinks, if Clinks gets like a couple kills and he doesn't get dueled, then the fight is definitely very winnable. But Clinks has got to be careful still.
Tower is under attack.
Genuinely, if they had a Vlad's on Infamous side, I would feel so much better about their chances. Because if like that's their solution right now. If they just duel Clinks with Sven getting on top of him, Clinks dies for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But if they have Vlad's and he's got more lifesteal, there's a chance that he stays alive. You know.
God, Strength gets popped. They're in the pit. Yep. Matthew's positioning here. He's waiting for them to jump in. Send a creep over, do a little bit of scouting. He'll send Excel because he's going to immediately get murdered, most likely. Push back in. Roshan, though, will claim his due. Pepita getting ready, the roll in coming out, the follow up with the Ravage, but again, there it is. There's that static storm we talked about. MNC just walks out of the pit. He's got the BKB.
Oh, doesn't get it.
They don't manage to go and grab him though. As Pepita slices down, the follow up, they go right back in for the duel. Should be able to grab that easily. Michael now thrown right back in. MNZ, he wants to finish up this Roche, and there's going to be the buyback though. They go right back into the pit. It's going to be MNZ who picks up the Aegis. Faker is here though. He's trying to pop that Aegis as fast as he can. He can't. There's too much damage. He gets held into place. He is down. They have buyback on the Ember. No buyback on the Tide or on that Enchantress.
The way Thunder Predator played that fight was really cool. I can't wait to watch a replay actually, because it looked like Sven was in a lot of trouble. They got initiated on, they chain stun him, but instantly he leaves the pit. They try to get the Clinks kill. And I'm surprised that they won that fight considering that the Blink duel was a failure. They lost a lot of time, they lost a lot of God Strength time, they lost BKB time. But they were still able to clean up everybody else regardless. And you could argue Ravage was used ineffectively. All it did was like buy time for a potential snipe, but the problem is that Clinks can't get in there. The normal guy that would want to run in, he can't get in there to finish Roche and take the Aegis because it's just way too dangerous. It just leaves him open to getting dueled there, especially because Thunder Predator had sentries up and were controlling the area ahead of time. So in that way, it was really smart that Thunder Predator just forced the Roche conflict. Clinks can't easily get in there with BKB with no repercussions like a normal carry could.
All right, this is the last Rax, last tower here for tier 3s. Daedalus gets picked up. They've got the buyback now from Faker. No Ravage available, though. I'm not sure what Tide does here, other than it is a big meat shield. Throughout the Yule, try to slow him down a little bit with the Gush. There's the hook shot coming in over onto the side. They have the duel. This is not looking good for Picasso at all. He's just going to get shredded to pieces. There's no buyback now on this Clinks as the Thunder Predator just focused down on the buildings. And they're looking to end this game. AD gets called. They realize they can't do it without Picasso. They'll get a couple more kills, though, on their way out.
It is. It's fun watching Tide get chunked down, I gotta say. Watching Kraken proc with every hit, you're like, oh my god, that's a lot of damage. Wow, excellent game by Thunder Predator. They showed that the Clinks enchant strat, it is good. It's very strong, but it is beatable, and you don't even need illusion heroes, believe it or not. You just need to shut down your opponents a little bit. Have great duel potential. Like having Legion Commander was a huge advantage. Being able to just force him to not run away, not attack people that you don't want him to. You just get a lot of armor and survivability on Legion Commander. You get the Blade Mail as normal. And you just need like basically like two of the hardest physical damage heroes ever. Legion with a Blade Mail against a high damage hero and a Sven. And that together will kill the Clinks if you go on them at the same time. And once they took that out of the fight, there was almost no other carry potential left. So I think the Legion was the crucial pick paired with the Sven here to make them have the option to be able to deal with the Clinks.
We're gonna make you a fan of the Mid Legion eventually, Purge. You know, this is a South American special. You've been seeing a lot of it, and it does look very, very good, especially in the hands of Leo's style. I also want to give a shout out. Matthew played fantastic with just being able to recognize exactly where that Ember Spirit was going to be almost every single time, dropping that Static Storm or getting glimpses off. He just looked very, very good on that hero. But Thunder Predator, they're going to maintain here. I believe this is still the upper bracket, and they're going to be facing off with the 4 Zoomers, I believe. So that should be an awesome match. And it looks like Infamous is going to drop down to the lower bracket. But we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we're going to have our panel break it all down for you here at ESL 1 Thailand.
It's been a road less traveled, all alone. Feeling my body leveled on my own. I can just feel it, no way to stop it. The sounds of the music so through my bones. I can just taste it, no need to fight it, 'cause I'm out here staying. It's lies in my soul.
Welcome back to ESL 1, powered by Intel, and welcome to the Mountain Dew Game Fuel post-match analysis, where we break down our series that we've just completed. And, well, we already have determined who's going to be in the upper bracket, who's now in the lower bracket. Clink's Enchantress is not unbeatable.
I am so happy for two reasons. One of them, I feel like if Clink's and Enchantress didn't lose that game, Purge would need a sick bag, because the guy was really not having with that combo. The poor man, as Moxie said, that was the cast sponsored by Broken, right? And on the other hand, if I'm going to eat my words here on this panel, they better taste delicious. And I just got a 3-course meal of my beautiful words, you know, just chomping on them directly. I was wrong.
A bit disgusting.
I was wrong about it. I think that the answer of the Legion apparently was enough. Honestly, the Sven did not do that much. Sven was just like a secondary win condition, sure. But Leo on his Legion was absolutely bombastic. It was such a good counter to the Clinks. It allowed you to have the lockdown, the damage, everything you needed to beat this stupid skeleton. And at the same time, you already had the tempo because the natural Legion pick. So
this was such a weird play by Matthew, buying back and then just dying. But I thought this was...
if you watched the whole game, in the context of the game, it seemed kind of normal, right?
I thought... Matthew on the Disruptor, I thought he had a huge impact this game. He was able to basically shut down both the Spirits. He wasn't as much of a factor against the Clinks, although one time he gets the Thunder Strike on, like, oh, they can see him. But he was basically able to shut down Faker, and he gave him no game. There was no game for the Ember Spirit because of the Disruptor. So really good pick there. Position 4.
I mean... Yeah, okay. I guess the Thor had something to do with that. Also, Faker had a lot to do with that.
Oh, that's not fair.
Faker lost the lane considerably.
Yeah.
Had no impact even when the Disruptor didn't have Static Storm. And I saw him run into multiple Static Storms.
I like that Venomancer position 4 is higher net worth than Ember. You're like, oh, that's not what you want.
Yeah.
That's not what you want. Thunderbird played better overall. Infamous. This game, it seems, like we said, every game seems like one team flounders a little bit, and it's very random. The the Enchantress Clinks combo was not strong this time because, again, Sven, you get a couple of levels ahead, you have a couple more War Cries, one item. Suddenly, Clinks, when he's hitting you, he's not removing, half your HP with one hit. He's doing some damage, really reasonable damage, but it's not the same as we saw yesterday.
Yeah.
And the other supports felt also reasonably tanky. You had the LC always jumping on him, getting that duel 20%, and then you have the Halberd. So after the duel, he's like, oh, well, I'll just Halberd him. I haven't killed him. I don't have to worry about him. And Frank, with the Clockwork, was also able to get on top of him a bunch of times. So much harder to play Clinks this game compared to yesterday.
Yeah, I think that was a mistake that Infamous made when drafting, which is when for Zoomers we saw this exact same draft, the idea was Clinks is unstoppable. Like, there's really nothing stopping them. And the answer by Quincy was a Sven, which we saw. Sven is not an answer to the Clinks. It was actually more the LC, more the Clockwork, right?
Definitely.
But this game, you knew beforehand that Clinks did not have a free game, right? Well, my questioning is more along the two other core picks. While I like the draft overall, you have to consider what your opponent is drafting, right? A Tide Hunter, as a last pick against Disruptor, I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would pick that against Disruptor. I think the Tide was okay last game, right? Monkey's Forever was clearly much more experienced on it than Papita. But for example, you picked a Centaur or something like that, it would have been much safer pick here. It seemed like multiple times just got caught in the kinetic field Static Storm. In the end, he wasn't even relevant because BKBs.
It reminds me of there's this term in Heroes of Storm. Oh, another game. It's called peel, which is how you can remove heroes from another hero, basically.
Yeah.
So if you had something like, for example, Mars with the spear, you can sort of remove people off the Clinks, because once people got on the Clinks, his teammates were like, well, what do we do now? They have BKB, and I'm a Tide Hunter. I can't do anything. So you really need someone who can pierce BKB or just move them away from the Clinks. And there was that one fight, Roche, where Clinks, he goes in, like, they see him, they aren't able to get the duel off. He has to go all the way around because he's scared. And he can't go in back because he has no BKB charges. So I feel like that was a problem. You have no peel.
In the case of the... Yeah, it's a good point, actually. And in the case of the Ember, if we're touching on the other core, I mean, we've seen the Ember, I think, on some players, particularly like CCNC or Gunner, who are very... Sorry, Quinn. Sorry. These guys are very experienced on the hero, and they make him look really good. But it does seem like the hero is a bit weaker in the current meta. He's not the strongest flex that was before, right? And you defined Ember as a 2 super early for Faker, while Void Spirit was still in the pool.
Yeah.
They kind of forgot about Legion mid, which is a pretty hard counter to Ember in lane, so it's not really Faker's fault. But we saw Faker having 0 impact the whole game.
Yeah, I was surprised he didn't go for something like a Yule, something to keep him alive, because every time he gets caught by a Static Storm, he's like, all right, well...
Even without it, right? It was so easy to duel him early.
Yeah.
And on that note, actually, I think the Legion as a whole, that pick completely caught them by surprise. Not only beating the Ember, but you also saw that multiple times early. I mean, Axel, my man, the guy was just dying and dying and dying. In an usual game, it's not that big a deal. But when you're dueling him every single time he's dying, it becomes more of a concern.
Definitely. If you have heroes like Bounty Hunter, Silencer, or the LC who really benefit from every kill, you're like, yeah, my squishy support is a really bad pick. And Enchantress, not like yesterday, we saw Enchantress actually being able to do some damage. This game, just the creep, that's it. There's nothing else. Enchantress had nothing else to do this game except get creeps. And I mean, we've talked about that hero being relatively low impact, but in that situation, that's just no impact.
Yeah, the Legion was just a hard counter. And Axel went, I think, in my opinion, too quickly into his contingency plan. When you are Ench, you try to be as useful for as long as you can, which is usually 10 minutes. And then you're like, all right, I'm just food now, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to try to bait them out. But Axel was food from minute 5. He's like, I'm going to die in the lane. He died 2 times as Enchantress. That's your strong. That's the strong part of the game for you. And you died 2 times? Yeah, that was not great.
Overall, though, Thunder Predator played so well. They played so well. One of the things I really liked was at the very end of the game was when he had God Strength on Sven and he hits Tide, and you see the Kraken keep proccing every hit.
Kept proccing.
He's like, guys, don't worry, I'm dispelling his hits.
Yeah,
Just doesn't do anything.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for breaking down our last game of that best of 3 series. Now, of course, that was our final match of the day, as we are only able to do a best of 3 every day. But after this, now we know who's in the upper bracket, who is in the lower bracket. For anyone that just missed the match, it was a South American Powerhouse Series best of 3 between Infamous and Thunder Predator. Now, Thunder Predator will stay in the upper bracket to play against 4 Zoomers tomorrow. Yes, that's our scheduled match for tomorrow. And the day after, it'll be Infamous versus Quincy Crew in the lower bracket match, which I don't think anyone expected that.
Yeah, I mean, going in, I thought that...
I think we've got an error on the... Yeah, don't read that.
Yeah.
Just to recap...
You know,
pretend you saw nothing. Pretend you saw nothing.
No, that was a fluke. That was a joke.
Right?
It was a joke.
We'll fix it in a minute.
We were checking to see if they were listening or they were just like muted us.
Exactly.
Now you know.
Now we know you're paying attention.
Yes. But yes, if anyone is wondering, yep, that was our brackets. If you missed out on the match though, yeah. So Thunder Predator, they beat Infamous 2-1. We got the 3 games. I'm actually really glad we didn't get 2-0 yesterday. Yesterday was a bit anticlimactic.
To be fair, though, all the games also felt pretty down one side. It feels like both of these teams, they play in the first 10 minutes, you're kind of like, yeah, this team's ahead, and that's it. That's all that really happened. It's too bad. But Thunder Predator versus 4 Zoomers, I think, will be a little bit more exciting.
I was excited. That's how Klink's Enchanters die. So now all the people, I was like, nerf this pick. This is impossible. Nobody can play against it. Well, they just beat it with a Legion, mate. So just, shut up.
But that doesn't discredit the fact that something can be too strong just because it loses.
I feel like people went away too early
Actually,
in Dota.
Okay, I want to ask your opinion on Infamous because they tried to draft. 4 Zoomers draft. Do you think that they managed to fully grasp the concept of the lineup, or do you feel like they may have missed out on some fundamentals of that draft?
They missed out. I certainly.
There you go.
we did
Okay,
it,
there we go.
Yeah.
Because Gunner's not Faker, right? That's the problem. Ember Spirit on Gunner looks really good. On Faker, it just wasn't. And again, you're playing against different teams, different drafts.
That is true. I would say, I mean, yeah, the draft for Thunder was very different, which was why I was questioning, like, why did you pick exactly a 4 Zoomers? It's not the same scenario, right? You didn't have such a weak mid laner. That was one of the things, actually, that was in my opinion, when it was drafting, the biggest mistake was you did not see their mid laner by the time you were committed to the Klinks. You did not know what it was. In the case of Quincy versus Zoomers, it was Death Prophet, which is one of the weakest heroes against Klinks, by the way. But in this case, you didn't know, so they could surprise you with Legion. And there were other picks they could have surprised you with that also are pretty decent against Klinks. I think Klinks gets much more countered from the carry position than the mid position, but you didn't know what their carry or their mid was, right? So you actually were completely open to being countered. In the end, the Sven was not, they didn't really put too much pressure on you, but that was due to Thunder's confidence and just being able to beat you.
The pick order is interesting as well because they picked the Klinks 4 and the Ember 3 and they picked the Enchanters 2. So I'm like, you could have picked the Klinks 3, given more time for your mid laner just to see what how the draft is going. But they really want to.
They might have banned the Enchanters because they did last game.
Oh, no. I mean, they picked the second pick the Enchantress and they're like, oh, you mean ban the Klinks?
Yeah, I'm saying that Thunder might have banned the Enchanters if you let it go. Like,
oh no, I'm fine with it. I'm saying that the pick order of the Klinks itself, it could have been 3rd pick instead of 4th pick.
Oh, right.
So you could have had the Ember Spirit in your 4th pick, and you could have waited a bit to see what the laning will be like.
Right.
Because once they had Ember came out, then LC came out, and you're like, well, now I screwed myself, and now I'm in trouble. If it had been the other way, the Klinks come out because you're already gonna take the Klinks, and the enemy team can suspect it, but they won't suspect the mid as much, and you reveal both cards with just 1 pick.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen, thank you so much. Now, for anyone that just missed out on the brackets that we showed on the screen. For tomorrow's matchup, it is Thunder Predator versus 4 Zoomers. Yes, this is a upper bracket match. It's a best of 3 series. Loser, unfortunately, will have to go down to the lower bracket, and we'll have to play the winner of Infamous versus Quincy Crew, which will be happening the day after. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow's matchup. I think this one's going to be a really fun one.
Oh, NA versus SA is always super fun. 2 different styles that clash. You know, these teams don't get to scrim each other as much, so usually you don't see these stumpy lineups because they don't read each other as well, right? It's mostly like, what are they doing? And then Thunder picks some random pick. You go, I have no clue. I guess we're just going to play, you know? And that makes it much more interesting. I don't like when teams read each other too well, to be honest.
It'll be interesting to see if 4 Zoomers will pull out the Clinks Enchantress against Thunder.
Okay,
Thunder is...
Can you imagine one of them takes some chance, the other one takes Clinks like, ha! You know?
I think they might do it. I honestly didn't think that
so?
Thunder respected it that much this game. I thought they made the soft counter with Legion. But if Infamous execution had been better, the game would not have been as one-sided. So, I don't know. I think they could take advantage of that. You just win, you get cocky, you think, this combo's not so strong. Ba-boom, get Clinks Enchantress.
Yeah.
I agree with him as well, because I'm thinking that, honestly, Clinks played really well, and he had sort of no support staff. Like, the Clinks still did a ton of work by himself. So imagine if he had, like, much more, more performance from his team. I think that game could have gone very differently.
Yep. And of course, as always, I do need to remind all of you that the MVP vote is still open, so make sure you get those votes in now. We said on the panel, right? Actually, it was Arvo. That, of course, we need someone from South America to be up in the leaderboard. Currently, we have the same top 3 players up there, but now that Thunder Predator has won, I'm waiting for the South American wave to sort of come in and blow everyone away.
Well, as a non-English speaker, that's what I'm looking for. All those people where you have to actually do... I'm making my own tutorial.
Wait, I think you need to rally them on the stream right now if anyone's watching.
There you go,
have to rally.
Okay, let's go. Okay, my Spanish brethren. Oh, actually, no, my Spanish. My Peruvian brethren. Chicos, os toca votar en el voto de MVP. Hasta ahora siempre han sido 3 personas que juegan equipos norteamericanos. ¿Qué dice eso de nuestra escena? ¿Qué somos nosotros? ¿Sencillamente los secundarios? ¡No! Vamos a ser más fuertes el día de hoy. Hoy Leo ha hecho un performance increíble y vamos a apoyarle todo con nuestros votos de MVP. Démosle un coche a Leo, démosle un coche a los de Thunder Predator, voten a su personaje preferido y echen a los gringos de ese MVP.
Are you telling them to vote for Leo?
Yes.
That was the only thing I could pick.
He's the only person that I'm sure that everyone will agree has played phenomenally today.
If we had any Arab players, I'd do the exact same thing. Sorry, it's just no Arab players. I can't do
just
that.
gotta go to Nigma, man.
That's
Quinn! Quinn made it!
Quinn! Wow. Oh, we got a new one.
Quincy
wow.
Crew is just competing against each other, right?
Look, I'm just waiting for Leo to suddenly come up tomorrow, it's like second place Leo style.
I don't know what KBQ is doing and to do this, but like all his players are top 5, right? That man is doing a real campaign.
Well, good for
I love
him.
it. Otomo just like comes in. Oh, okay.
I think it's impressive.
I think Otomo is
Quincy
upset.
Crew has so much love.
Seems like it, right? They had 3 people make it the top 3 and different times. But Quinn
they're a good
deserves
team.
it. Quinn
They're a very
deserves
good
it,
team.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, maybe they have to double check. It's like, hey guys, do you have a license? Like, is there a reason to win this car?
Oh, that would be the meme, though. I think if you're a Dota player, the thing you do is like, hey, would it be funny if I win a car and like I can't drive? And like everyone's like, that's so funny, that's so funny.
And then you win the car.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't really want to win the car. I just played too good.
It's more for the pride vote, right, than the car.
All right, gentlemen, we've got to close out the stream, unfortunately. So thank you to everyone that has tuned in for today's broadcast. Any final words before we head on out for the night?
I like how we both look at me. I'm like thinking, what am I supposed to say today? Just happy pubbing. Be nice. Enjoy I hope you enjoyed today's games. Tomorrow's games will be very promising as well. We have North America versus South America. And make sure you go vote for your MVP.
I don't think Clicks is that broken. At me.
Oh, God.
Oh, gosh. All right, gentlemen, thanks for joining me on the panel for today. We are going to be heading on out, but we look forward to seeing all of you wonderful people tomorrow for a fantastic series. So until then, stay safe and vote for Witch Doctor.
Here we go, 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 let us see a let go. You won't be alone, be unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne.
Intel Gamer Days is on now. Whether you're looking to buy or build, now is a great time to upgrade. Get limited time offers and giveaways from top names in PC gaming. Unleash elite gaming performance with systems featuring new 10th gen Intel Core processors. And bring Marvel's Avengers to life with in-game optimizations for a mightier PC experience. Act now. Intel Gamer Days is only here for a limited time.
These feelings are waiting for you to come back. Amazing feelings are waiting for you to explore again once the world is ready. Until we meet again. Amazing Thailand.
You ready? Huh? Hey, he's a good boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
Multiple witnesses have reported mysterious shadow sightings all around the city. According to experts, the origin of these shadows is still unclear.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
For small talk, I tell you the truth. I'm fascinated. I'ma tell you the truth. Not in it to lose, just fascinated. Fascinated. I tell you the truth. I'm fascinated. I'ma tell you the truth. Not in it to lose. Just faster than you. Just faster than you. Rising out the ashes, coming from the ether. All I hear is static, breathe a little deeper. Fallen, broken, a million light years away from home. My eyes opened, and now I've come to claim life. Never let it go. These wings carry me. Live this fantasy. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. Gonna let it burn. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. Gonna let it burn. 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 Found me in the darkness. Now they see me shining. Calling me a goddess. Thunder and the lightning. I'm falling, I'm faster. Making my way back, I'm close to home. I'm fighting harder because I've come to claim my throne. Never letting go. These wings carry me. Live this fantasy. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. Gonna let it burn. I'm running through the fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. And I love this fantasy. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. Gonna let it burn. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. Gonna let it burn. Am I